Well, hello, and welcome to Through the Monocle. Today we will be reviewing Jackie Brown. As always, I'm your host, Grant Ingram, and joining me today it is Haley Joel Osmond. How you doing, Haley? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Actually, it's Grant Skillen. I couldn't tell the difference there. I clicked the wrong thing. How we doing?
Good, I'm laughing because of the GIF I just sent to a friend, but I'm good.
Good. I first off, you called it a GIF. That's
Correct.
incorrect. Secondly,
No, it isn't.
side by side of Haley Joel Osment and Grant Skillen. As you can see in this image, Grant doesn't have a beard. And in the image to the left, he grew a beard.
Gosh, that picture was like
2.5 years ago?
No, that was at least 3.
Couldn't have been.
No, Grant, I know that would have been like February 2020.
Jeez. No.
Yes.
No, it couldn't have been February 2020. We didn't start the podcast till July of 2020. That would have been February of 2021.
No, it wasn't, Grant. Because I could go into detail as to why I know.
I know why you took that. I remember when you took that picture.
Well, clearly not.
You
remember when I sent it?
Yeah, well, you sent it to me, and we put it on the website, but you had just taken it. And that website didn't go up for a while.
It would have been February 21. You're right. I was thinking of I wore that same hippie costume to the same thing in 2020.
The difference being in this one you had a mustache, and that's why I remember that picture.
Yeah,
and we didn't have a podcast in February of 2020, so yeah.
I was thinking of the first time I wore that, not
when you took that picture.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Again, just for a side-by-side comparison. Skillen on the left there with the beard.
Okay.
Haley Joel Osment there on the right.
Okay.
For those of you who didn't watch our last episode, which was the watch-along commentary, we had a commenter who asked why Haley Joel Osment didn't get Pulp Fiction, and my honest answer is I don't know. You have to ask him, Haley. Why didn't you?
He ain't here.
Daggone it. We can hear you typing.
Oh well.
All right. So we just watched Jackie Brown. We are currently 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 10 seconds into this recording. Grant, what did you think of Jackie Brown?
It's a good movie. Yeah. It's been a long weekend for me.
It's Monday.
It's a continuation of my long weekend.
Going into the long weekend, you just had a long weekend.
Yes. It's a good movie. It's well written. I mean, it has Samuel L. Jackson in it.
It means it's his favorite movie automatically.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson makes any movie great just because you can put him in there, have him say his classic line, and it's funny.
His classic line being MFer.
Yeah. Then if I could, English.
Well, if you weren't so busy doing calculus last week, it might be easier. Ladies and gentlemen, we are recording on a Monday night. We usually record on Wednesdays, but somebody had calculus, which meant I had to do scheduling calculus.
We were going to record tonight anyways. We were just recording something different than we were originally going to.
Yeah, we were gonna record Kill Bill Part 1 and 2, which is gonna be fun.
I don't know if fun's the word I would use to describe that, but all of the actors are good in this movie. At the end, we were talking about we didn't know what was the guy's name?
Robert Forster.
Robert. Yeah, we didn't know if Rob necessarily deserves the best supporting actor, but still very well acted. Very good movie. the twists throughout it are cool. Rip Orenthal, but yeah.
To be fair, he didn't win it. He got nominated for it.
Oh, even that though, like,
Yeah,
not to
like-
say that's not to say he's bad or to throw any shade. It's just I would consider the supporting actor this Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, I mean, you can have multiple supporting actors.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that all Robert Forster really did was look wistfully into the sun, kind of like this,
Here comes
while listening to some R&B.
Mhm.
Best supporting actor nomination right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo! Like, he didn't even fake cry.
Yeah, he just
was there and he was a normal dude. Man was Ned Flanders.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, Michael Keaton is in this movie, which means we now know everyone in this movie by tangent.
Grant's just gonna mention that anytime he can.
Samuel L. Jackson is a friend of a friend of a friend. Which is cool.
Yes, Robert Forster and Robert De Niro look similar, and like I could hardly tell them apart for most of the movie.
Really?
But I don't know how much of that is me just, you know.
Robert De Niro had a mustache the entire movie.
Okay.
Until the end, where he was wearing bright red.
Oof.
It's a good movie. It's a slow burn heist movie. Which is exactly the kind of movie everyone wants to see a commentary track about. And if you want to go see that, be prepared to listen to nothing for about half of it, but go check out the other video.
Yeah. So Tarantino very specifically wanted to work with Pam Grier on this movie.
Yes.
And she said that when she walked into audition that there were posters of hers from 20 years before. I'm not going to use the exact description that she used. But she recalled saying, did you put these up because I was coming over? He said, no, I was going to take them down because you were coming over.
That's the kind of person Tarantino is.
Yeah, he very much wanted to work with Pam Grier in this movie.
Right. And for the record, this is what Tarantino looked like when writing this film.
Okay. Why am I here?
I don't know either. It's a very good movie. You have any favorite moments?
Do I? That's a good question. I did think it was cool when you got to see, I called it the different timelines, but when you got to see the different perspectives of the heist going on in the dressing room.
Yeah, it's
it
like
is
the
cool.
prestige of a magic trick.
Yeah, and they did a good job of matching the scenes from the different perspectives. So it didn't look obvious that it was shot at different times.
Right, and it didn't look like it was like nothing looked out of place.
Yeah.
It looked like it was just the same scene. You just saw something else every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, good attention to detail. I think Robert De Niro is really funny in this movie. I like the scene where he and Sam and Jackson are sitting at the bar, and he's talking about how he screwed Melanie. And he's like, "Is she your girlfriend or something?" And Samuel L. Jackson's like, "So you didn't know that, and you still screwed her?" And he's like, "Yeah." And Samuel L. Jackson's like, "I hope you felt guilty about that afterwards." Like, there's some good scenes. There's some good quotes.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It is, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's as good as Django.
No, I wouldn't say it is. And I think the scores kind of reflect that. I know you had it pulled up earlier, but it's like an 85 and an 88.
Yeah.
Which is still like 88.
But it's flipped. It's an 88-85.
Yeah. Which is like, oh, that's so terrible. It's only an 88 and an 85.
Yeah.
But compared to some of his other stuff, it is lower. It
is. I think it's one of his lowest, actually. I like the quote from Samuel L. Jackson. "My butt may be dumb, but I ain't no dumb butt." And then here we go, AK-47, the very best there is, when you absolutely positively got to kill every mother trucker in the room except no substitutes.
Yep.
Let's see. There's also a good line where his character's talking about how you can't trust Melanie, but you can always trust Melanie to be Melanie. And I think that's kind of a decent, interesting thing.
Fun fact, according to Tarantino, Michael Keaton tried to talk him out of hiring him for the role of Ray. His whole process was to convince me that he's not right for the role, recalled Tarantino, but he never quite convinced me. Michael's whole thing is to deny himself and to say he's not right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Tarantino was right. I think that Keaton did a great job in the role.
I agree. I really like Keaton in this role. I like pretty much everybody in the roles. I love Chris Tucker for the 3 or 4 minutes he's in this movie.
Where I totally didn't see him getting shot.
Yeah. There's I'm gonna have to edit out all the
excuse though, but
we have to edit out all the slurs here. Look, I hate to be the kind of that does a favor and then bam hits up for a favor in return, but I'm afraid I got to be that kind of. And Beaumont goes, "What you mean?" And Ordell says, "I need a favor." If you're watching, you can see my head go. If you're not watching, you can't.
Yeah. Apparently, it was Samuel L. Jackson's idea to give his character the long hair and the goatee.
It's a good one.
It's certainly an idea.
It's one of the ideas he's ever had.
So Samuel L. Jackson in this movie says his iconic line 37 times. This is, I believe, as of 2018, it was still his personal record for the most times using his favorite phrase.
Mother trucker.
Yes.
That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick. My personal favorite of which is Snakes on a Plane.
Did you tell me? You may have mentioned this, but the Honda Civic that Jackie drives is the same that Butch drove when he ran over Marcellus.
I didn't mention that. I never got a chance to. That's the first one that you've mentioned that I didn't mention during the movie.
Yeah.
So it's the same one that Bruce Willis's character drove when he ran over Marcellus Wallace. And I believe the rest of that says something like, and considering the kind of damage that he did, surprised that wasn't a write-off.
Yeah. Tarantino considers this movie as his first professional directing experience.
Which is fun, because this is 3 years after Pulp Fiction. And it's like his 4th movie.
Yeah. Tarantino is a unique character, that I will say.
Yeah, but I will tell you, between you, me, and him, only one person has ever drank tequila off of Soma High XP.
Like, he's got a thing for him. I mean, it's pretty obvious the second this movie starts.
Yeah, there are.
They got him out for free, is all I'm going to say.
There are some feet. Every movie, he's always got feet.
Yeah.
Which to me, feet have always been like the weirdest part of the body. Like, if you ever just go, that's just weird looking, man.
Yeah. So as Jackie, like during her arraignment, they were playing a song called "Long Time Woman," performed by Pam Grier.
Mm-hmm. Because Pam Grier apparently was a bigger deal in like the 70s. I'd never heard of her until I saw this movie. I felt really bad about that now.
Oof.
Oof. You know what else is a big oof? My boy Beaumont getting shot. He was the most entertaining thing.
Yeah. While he was there, rest in peace. When Ordell first goes to Max's office to ask if is asked if he has the cash for the bond, he responds, "I got it right here in my Raptor bag," which, even though it's partially obscured, is a Toronto Raptors bag.
Right.
The season before filming, Samuel L. Jackson was frequently courtside at Raptor games.
Nice.
So in other words, Samuel L. Jackson was in the 90s what Drake is today.
A menace to society?
Yes.
Drake, buddy, if you heard this, you're welcome on the show. You know, Drake's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
And I've been
Sure.
everywhere, man. Oh. It's a heist film. It's a good heist film. I wish it was a little quicker at times. But that part of that is just the fact that I'm sitting in a wooden chair and my butt's starting to hurt a little bit. Like, I like the movie.
Yeah.
It's a very solid movie. And it is a hangout film.
Hold on, I need to look up this movie real quick.
No.
I'm actually using my computer for something good here. Okay, so you mentioned during the watch along that the 500,000 was real money.
Yeah. Same budget for Reservoir Dogs.
I hate you.
I saw it earlier. I just didn't think you would know what Reservoir Dogs was.
That's what I was looking up.
That's his first movie.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up.
With Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, thanks.
Who may be the greatest character actor of all time.
One of the names on the tenant list for Melanie's apartment is Jay Hill, which is a nod to a director named Jack Hill who directed and/or wrote some of Pam Grier's major roles.
Interesting. I figured it'd be a reference to Jonah Hill, who couldn't see out of that bag.
Samuel L. Jackson's other favorite word is used 38 times throughout the movie.
Which Spike Lee was ticked off about. And I think it's kind of weird that Spike Lee was ticked off about it.
Yeah. This is Robert Forster's only Oscar-nominated performance.
Yeah, his career was dead before this. His career was like real dead. Like deader than dead. Like deader than Beaumont.
How dead are we talking? I think we're talking...
Sometimes the elements get the best of them. The older penguins know that it's just a matter of time before they call out,
"I'm freezing my nuts off!"
I don't know.
I don't know either.
He
was also in El Camino. And he was good in El Camino. He was in Better Call Saul, same character. But like, I can't really tell you what he did. He's done a lot of work. But I can't tell you I've ever seen him in anything, though he's been in things I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in Walker, Texas Ranger for 2 episodes. You ever seen Walker, Texas Ranger?
Nope.
You really should. It's a movie or a television show, rather, starring Chuck Norris. The original one is. And the interesting thing about Chuck Norris is when he walks into a room and throws a kick, everybody falls down. True story. Yeah. So would you say this movie passes, Grant?
Yeah.
I agree. Scale of 1 to 10.
4. No, I think what the like IMDb rating, I think like a 85, 88. I think that's fair, right around a 8, 9.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like, is it perfect? No, but it's still a really good movie.
There's nothing I would change about it except that pacing at some points gets slow. Like, it's too quick to be a slow movie.
So I never minded the pacing. I thought it was fine.
Okay, so why would you knock it then?
I don't know.
See, I'm trying to figure out why I would knock it.
Kicks and gigs.
See, the only thing I can think of to knock it for is the pacing. And there were times I was just kind of like, but the first time I saw it, I loved it. And I love the hangouts. Like, that's just cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about Tarantino. Like, you never feel like this is a tangent and I'm done. But I went and saw Elvis last year.
I thought he died.
Elvis is a fine. I hate you. Elvis is a fine movie. It's not about Elvis at all. And so you walk away going, wow, I really spent no time with the character I came here to see. Not a knock on the actor, but like, it really is about Tom Hanks's character.
That's
Not Will
Austin
Tom-
Butler, right?
Correct.
Yeah. You
And I
can't blame
will-
him for the script, just like you can't blame Hayden for prequels. Fight me.
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a script because supposedly there's a longer version of that movie that's better. The problem is Tom Hanks is in it. And I've never thought I'd say that about a movie. Tom Hanks is in Elvis, and it ruins the movie. The movie's about his character.
Mm.
And even then, though, you don't get to spend enough time with anybody to feel like you get any sort of knowledge with them. Whereas with Tarantino's movies, by the end of it, at least when the character bites the dust, you felt like you knew it.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Like we got to know Sam before Sam got.
We got to know Candy before Candy ate it.
Yeah.
We got to know John Travolta before John Travolta ate it. That's John Cena.
No, the John Travolta looking around scene.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were looking for John Travolta.
No, that's the.
Now you see me.
can
Now you don't.
Oh, well, because Grant's about to pass out, and quite frankly,
I'm crashing.
yeah, me too. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully, we drop this Thanksgiving week. If not, thank you for sticking around afterwards. This next month's gonna be kind of weird. I think we should get the Kill Bill episode done because at this point our months start a week late, but that's okay because December is an overflow. We're just chilling. I'm back home for Christmas break. I'm not carrying my podcasting setup. So we're going to probably have 1 or 2 new episodes, and then we're going to run some re-releases that you guys probably have never seen, but have existed for a while. So yeah, that's how it shakes. And if you want to help us do that, go to patreon.com/culturednerd and pay us. That's really all there is to it. You can do all sorts of things, but all of them involve giving us money. And now if you give us money, you get the bonus content of us having money. And the light staying on, or in my case, off, and in Grant's case, not working at all. As always, I am your host, Grant Ingram, and I'm joined today by Haley Joel Osteen. Oh,
Joe Osteen.
Haley Joel.
Clip it. Thank you, Patreon supporters. Thank you, Jose and Taylor.
Yes. And thank you, the viewer, for suffering through this with us. We've really enjoyed it. We love what we do for a dying. And yeah, if you've enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe.
For a dying? What?
Well, we don't do it for a living. If you've enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, scan the QR code on the left to check out more of the Cultured Nerd. Scan the QR code on the right if you want to check out these two idiots. As always, we've been the Grants. This is Through the Monocle. We'll see you next week when we talk Kill Bill.